Hello and welcome to Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. So today on Chef Carter's Cooking Corner, we are making my mom's famous chili. So everyone has always wanted the recipe to her chili, and she is allowing me to share it with the world. So before I get started, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and share my channel with others. Now let's get started with the recipe. So first you want to take an onion, and I know this is a shallot, but the best onion to use in this is a yellow onion. We happen to use shallots because someone in the household is allergic to onions, but for whatever reason they can tolerate shallots, so that's what we put in it. But yellow is best. All right, you also want half of a bell pepper and 1 pound of lean ground beef. Now you can use a more fattier. Here I'm using 97% lean, but you can use the 80-20 or the 80-15. Just remember to drain the extra grease off, and also you would want to add a little more meat, like 1.5 pounds, to make up for the fat that melts off. All right, now I've added 2 tablespoons of chili powder, and then you want about a half of a teaspoon of salt and about a quarter teaspoon of pepper. And so we want to start off with a little spice, and then at the end we will adjust our seasoning as needed, especially with the salt because we will be using a lot of canned items, which canned items typically contain a lot of salt, and so you don't want to oversalt starting from the get-go. So again, a little salt at the beginning. All right, now I'm going to add 15 ounces of canned tomatoes. I'm using whole tomatoes, but you can use crushed tomatoes. My mom likes the whole tomatoes better. And then you can just crush it using the spoon like I did here. Now I am using a different pot. I used a skillet to brown my meat, and I'm using the pot to combine all the ingredients for the chili and cook it. All right, so, if you don't have crushed tomatoes, then, chop those whole tomatoes up. All right, now I'm going to add about 7 ounces of tomato sauce, so that's about half a can of what I had here. Or you can just buy a smaller can, or you can use the whole thing because, chili is a rustic thing. Now we're going to add, and she insisted on Brooks chili beans. So I have a 40-ounce can of chili beans here, and my mom said she wanted to make it extra with extra beans, so she also wanted me to add a 15-ounce can of chili beans. We use the mild, but if you like hot chili, then use the hot chili beans. All right, or if you just like it a little hot, then use a small can of hot chili beans in the mild large can. It's up to you, it's your chili. But this is how she makes it, and people really like it and always want the recipe. All right, so once all that's in there, you want to mix to combine. All right, and now I'm going to add the ground beef or the ground beef mixture. And my mom used to make this all the time when we were kids, and she would send dad always with a little extra because when he was working in the factory, people always wanted to sample his food because my mom, she's a great cook, and the men would be like, "Man, that smells good. Can I have some?" So she would always have to pack extra so that he would have enough for himself. All right. So once you get all that ground beef added in there, again, you want to mix everything. And the heat should be on medium to low. So medium while you're at the stove, um, and you're, getting everything heated up to temperature and so forth. You will have a time when you will be simmering it, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. All right. So now we want to add 30 ounces of water. And so that's about two of the small cans that you had the chili beans in. So just add two of the small cans to it and then mix everything up really well, you know. And then we're going to put it on low and we're going to simmer it for about 30 to 40 minutes, maybe a little longer, until you see here how a lot of the water has evaporated. And so what that does is it helps to meld all the flavors. All right, and so your chili will be good. But actually, chili is better 1 to 2 days after you cook it. All right, and that's because all the flavors meld together and it kind of adds that umami flavor. Umami is the Japanese word for that savory taste that food has. All right, so now I'm putting it in a serving bowl. All right, and chili is actually pretty healthy for you. Beans, they do a lot of good things for your body. You know, they give you a lot of protein, a lot of fiber, you know. So, and it's lean meat in there, so this is a nice healthy indulgence. So, if you like the recipe, go ahead and like my video. Let me know in the comments if you've tried this recipe, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.